What an incredible night it was in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The air was electric, the stakes were impossibly high, and two of the most powerful men in WWE history were about to collide in a way that nobody would ever forget. One man had been carrying that Universal Championship for over 500 days. 500 days of dominance. 500 days of proving that he was, without a shadow of a doubt, the tribal chief, the head of the table, the greatest champion in WWE today. And the other man, he wasn't just a challenger. He was a legend, a myth, a force of nature who had walked into WWE arenas and destroyed everything in his path for over 2 decades. But here's what nobody was talking about that night. What happens when an unstoppable legend meets an unmovable champion? What happens when Goldberg walks into the ring with Roman Reigns? You're about to find out, and I promise you, this story is going to hit different. Before we go any further, real quick, if you're new here, welcome to Shock Zone, the one channel on YouTube dedicated to bringing you the greatest WWE stories ever told. Every match, every rivalry, every championship journey, every shocking betrayal. We've got it all covered right here. And here's the thing that makes this channel special. If you missed a match, if you fell behind on a storyline, if a big moment happened and you just couldn't catch it live, don't stress. Don't panic, because Shock Zone is always here for you. We're not going anywhere. So do yourself a favor right now. Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and make sure you never miss another story again. And if this video is already pulling you in, drop a like right now. It genuinely helps more than you know. Share this with your WWE friends too, because trust me, they need to see this one. All right. Now let's get back to Jeddah. To understand why this match was so much bigger than just a title defense, you have to understand who Roman Reigns had become. This wasn't the Roman Reigns from a few years back, the guy the fans booed out of arenas, the guy who felt forced down everyone's throats as the chosen one. No, this was a completely different animal. When Roman Reigns turned heel in 2020 and aligned himself with Paul Heyman, something shifted. Something clicked. He stopped trying to be the good guy everyone wanted him to be, and he fully embraced being the most dangerous, most calculating, most cold-blooded champion in WWE history. By the time Elimination Chamber 2022 rolled around, Roman had been Universal Champion for 537 days. Let that sink in. 537 days. In an era where title reigns come and go like seasons, Roman had built something historic. He had beaten everyone they put in front of him. Brock Lesnar, Edge, Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and he did it all with that slow, terrifying confidence of a man who genuinely believed he was better than everyone else, because he was. And standing beside him every step of the way was Paul Heyman, the special counsel, the mastermind, the man who always had a plan, always had an angle, always had a way out. And then there were the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, who made sure that even if Roman couldn't finish the job alone, the job would get done. This wasn't just a champion. This was a machine, a dynasty. Then Goldberg's music hit. There is no entrance in professional wrestling quite like Goldberg's. That pyro, that walk through the smoke, that cold intensity in his eyes, even at 54 years old. Bill Goldberg walking down to a WWE ring still sends a chill through the entire building, and Jeddah felt it. The crowd erupted. Because here's what people forget about Goldberg. This man is not just a nostalgia act. This man has a fire inside him that simply refuses to go out. He had already beaten Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 33. He had taken the Universal Championship from The Fiend at Super Showdown. He was a WWE Hall of Famer. He had nothing left to prove. And yet, here he was, lacing up his boots, one more time, stepping into the ring with the most dominant champion on the planet. Why? Because that's who Goldberg is. He doesn't back down. He never backs down. The question wasn't whether Goldberg deserved to be there. The question was, could he actually do it? Could he, at this stage of his career, walk into Roman Reigns' world and walk out with that title? The bell rang, and immediately, you felt the difference. This wasn't a technical chess match. This wasn't a slow build. This was two freight trains on the same track, and neither one was breaking. Goldberg came out like a man possessed. He went right after Roman, and for a moment, for one breathtaking, impossible moment, it looked like the tribal chief was in real trouble. Goldberg hit Roman so hard that Reigns actually went flying out of the ring and crashed into the announce table. The crowd lost their minds. Paul Heyman's face on the outside said everything. That wide-eyed panic, that disbelief, because this wasn't supposed to happen. Roman Reigns doesn't get knocked around like this. Roman Reigns is supposed to be in control, always. And yet here was Goldberg, standing tall, the crowd chanting his name, looking every bit like the destroyer he had always been. For a brief electric moment, you genuinely believed it. You believed Goldberg might actually do this. But then Roman Reigns remembered who he was. Roman got back in that ring, and something changed in his eyes. That cold, calculated focus locked in. He started working Goldberg down, methodically, surgically, like a predator who had let his prey tire itself out and was now ready to strike. He delivered punishment with the precision of a man who had been in these situations 1,000 times. And then he went for a spear, trying to end it early, trying to close the chapter before Goldberg could write another line. But Goldberg had one more bullet in the chamber. He absorbed what Roman threw at him, found that second wind, that legendary second gear, and he hit Roman with a spear of his own. A thunderous, bone-rattling spear that shook the entire ring. And then Goldberg grabbed Roman and set up for the Jackhammer, the finishing move that had ended careers, that had launched his entire legacy, that had made him a legend in the first place. The crowd was on its feet. Paul Heyman looked like he was going to pass out. The Usos were helpless on the outside. For one single second, the Universal Championship was about to change hands. And then Roman Reigns did what Roman Reigns always does. He survived. He fought back. He reversed the momentum with a Uranagi that dropped Goldberg with brutal force, and then he connected with a Superman punch that rocked the legend to his core. But Roman wasn't done. He wasn't going to pin Goldberg. No, that would be too easy. Too clean. That wouldn't send the right message. Roman Reigns wanted to make a statement. He waited. And when Goldberg came charging with a second spear attempt, Roman sidestepped it and immediately locked in the guillotine. His devastating submission hold that has made grown men tap out, that has made people pass out in the middle of the ring, that has ended matches in the most humiliating way possible. Goldberg fought it. He fought it with everything he had. His body refused to quit, even as the oxygen was leaving, even as his legs stopped working, even as the crowd watched in stunned silence. But Roman Reigns held on, tighter, until Goldberg's body went limp, until the referee called it. Until it was over. Roman Reigns had done it again, 537 days, and counting. What happened after that match mattered just as much as the match itself. Because this victory wasn't just about beating Goldberg. It was about what came next. With Goldberg's challenge answered and put to rest, the road to WrestleMania 38 was now crystal clear. Roman Reigns would defend the Universal Championship against Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, his greatest rival, the man he had traded championship gold with across multiple WrestleManias. Think about what that meant. Roman Reigns, 500+ days as champion, walking into the grandest stage of them all against the one man who had always pushed him to his absolute limit. The tribal chief had climbed every mountain, defeated every challenger, and now he was heading to WrestleMania with more momentum than any champion in recent memory. For Goldberg, this was a moment of heartbreak, but also of honor. Not every legend gets to step into the ring with the best of a generation and push them to the edge. Goldberg did that. He reminded the world why his name still meant something, why his legend still carried weight. And for WWE, this entire chapter proved something that the industry had been whispering for 2 years, that Roman Reigns wasn't just a good champion, he was potentially the greatest champion of his era, maybe of any era. If you made it this far, you are an absolute WWE diehard, and I respect you completely. Thank you so much for watching. It genuinely means the world. Now listen, if you are not subscribed to Shock Zone yet, you need to fix that right now. Because I promise you, the stories we have coming are going to blow your mind, and you will 100% regret missing them. Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. And if this video gave you goosebumps, if it made you feel something, hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second and it helps this channel more than you know. Share this video with your WWE friends too. Don't let them miss out on this. And here's my promise to you. Every big match, every legendary rivalry, every shocking title change, every jaw-dropping moment in WWE history, you'll find it right here on Shock Zone. Missed a pay-per-view? We've got you. Fell behind on a storyline? We've got you. Want to relive the greatest moments in wrestling history? We've always got you. This channel was built for WWE fans, by WWE fans, and we are not stopping anytime soon. Now, next time on Shock Zone, we're diving into a story so massive, so emotional, so absolutely loaded with drama that I don't even want to spoil it yet. All I'll say is, it involves a legend, a betrayal, and a WrestleMania moment that still gives people chills to this day. You do not want to miss it. Until then, stay locked in, stay passionate, and never stop believing in the power of the story. This has been Shock Zone. We'll see you next time.